Hey guys, I want to express that, I'm not a bad motherfucker. Like, there is no part of me. Like for instance, I got into it with my 67-year-old father. And of course I was, bombed out of my head, but that man manhandled me. So you know what I'm saying? Like to get into it with a healthy individual of my same age and whatever. Look, alright, well, I'd rather kill you. You know what I mean? I'd rather just shoot you. I mean, let's be honest. Why would I put myself through... Anyway. Look, it's come to my attention that, there are a lot of individuals who walk around just playing badass, you know, like they're, oh my god, I'm so tough, I'm this, I'm that. I mean, but, like, seriously, like, let me explain something. My father, let's say, right off the bat, that man used to roof like 3 or 4 houses a day. Okay? Like, bah, with a hatchet. I don't mean with a nail gun. I mean like straight up with a hatchet. Okay? And who in the fuck do I think I am to challenge him? I mean, like, but I did. And I regret it. I mean, man, I regret it. Like, anyway, so what I'm getting at is, like, you get all these, so-called bad motherfuckers running around the planet, and they're all acting tough, they're all acting... Let me inform a lot of you of something. Old man strength, the existence of old man in the first, is pretty dominant, man. I mean, you can walk around playing, I'm a bad motherfucker, whatever, but that 60, 67, whatever year old, actively healthy individual grabs you and, hey man, get it on your mind, you got whatever it is that's happening to you. Yeah, I mean, who's feeling sorry for you? You know what I mean? You openly attack this older, I won't say elderly, because, hey man, I ain't trying to fight any of y'all motherfuckers, but like, openly fight this elder. And, I mean, he runs away with your ass, you know what I mean? And just beats the fuck out of you, like, and you're left sitting there like, and he continues to just, let me tell you something, man, my generation, let me tell you something about the generation before me. They were far more ruthless than Gen X. You know what I mean? I mean, we're ruthless. Like, we're... you know what I mean? Like, we're some motherfuckers kind of generation. But the ones who came, I mean, like, literally 20, 30 years before us, they didn't have a, let me explain something to you. Those individuals It ain't us. It ain't the Gen X. We ain't shit. Those who escaped like a 10 or so year period of monsters. I mean, these individuals are fucking monsters. And they are mean and they don't give a fuck. And if you think for half a second you've, because you're involved with this Gen X or whatever, I'm going to tell you something. There is a group of individuals who aren't acknowledged. And when they come in, man, it's not just brutal. It's brutal. Like, there's no compromise. There's no, can I, may I? It doesn't matter, man. They have no love for your respect, your ideology of respect, or nothing. Like, their entire intention is to completely and totally eradicate you. I mean, and now this has only happened a few times, but when it does happen, I'm promising you, this monster, this thing that exists, it goes after the liars first. So, if you get a producer or whatever, and they're liars, you know what I mean? Like, it will automatically just suck them into it and kill them. Only the pure and the real and the honest survive. Just saying. Man. Wow. Get it on your mind, though. I mean, when you're out there purposely spreading evil, like, because you get a microphone in front of your face and you're in a sound booth and you can say whatever you want, I want you to think about the fact that you with one, look, there are a few things in this world that are incredibly powerful. One is science, okay? Anything science. Second is acknowledgement of sound, whether it be, it doesn't matter. And the third being personal acknowledgement. Look, you say you can do this, you say you can do that, you say whatever, okay, it's cool. Keep in mind, there are individuals beyond yourself who spend, billions of hours just installing a heat show. But their entire career, exists around that one activity. And look, I love all of you. I mean, I got nothing against anyone. But, I mean, let's get rational here. Look, reality is this. Humanity as a whole will never, and I mean never, break from you know, the goddamn, what do you call it? Well, all the planets rotate. Solar system. And here's why. Not only do we have the Allen Belt and all these, I mean, like, y'all don't even realize, like, you see these models of space or the solar system, and that's what you go with. And you're like, hey, well, I don't understand what. Look, space is so vast, okay? Like, everything is so far apart, like it's. When they say that it'll take 4 to 6 days to travel to Mars, they're lying. Okay? That is an impossibility. Look, I mean, I enjoy, I love the idea of humans on Mars. But 2 to 4 days, I mean, have you any idea the distance? I mean, just even in our own solar system. And the requirements for these distances, why they are important. Like, you got this certain distance between Earth and Mars, or Earth and Venus, and okay, cool. And then now you got a planet like Jupiter. Okay, the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the entire solar system that we know of. Okay? And that circles our sun. And I mean, it's obvious it's a gas giant which was once classified a failed star. Okay? It got to a certain point and it was about to ignite with plasma and, nuclearly, and it didn't. It didn't. So, it's our big titty baby. It ain't shit. But it prevents, and I mean, like, you have no understanding how much it prevents space debris or, whatever. I mean, the gravitational pull on this thing is so hard that, say a meteorite just happens, it's sucked in. It's not that it's sucked in, it's because as fast as we want to see things, the idea of Earth rotating at 8,000 or more miles an hour, like in our minds, we want to see it somehow. Like, we want to, we need visual representation. But in reality, we have, look, everything is so large. Like, wow. And like, I believe it's something like 8,000 Earths to fit into one Jupiter. You know what I mean? And like 100 and some odd thousand Earths to fit into the sun. Now just think about that. I mean, how small are we? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and if you look at the spiral situation of the Milky Way, we are dead ass at the very in the tail. So insignificant. Why would any other species, as far as intelligent or whatever, I could see if, a rock was floating through space and had an entity attached to it that was a planet killer kind of thing, like the Blob or whatever. But like the unlikelihood that out there in all that exists, there'll be another humanoid creature. A humanoid creature. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the statistics is beyond, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Look, we are earthlings. We came from the water. We evolved. We challenged our environment. We adapted, and all the species, split and whatever. And then apparently this particular species that thinks it's, so smart, exists and is consciously aware, and then you get this thing from, far off, and it gives you a look at yourself, and the fact is, you ain't shit. You're basically a red blood cell. Like, there's nothing about you that's important at all. I mean, in the grand scheme of shit, if you really put two and two together, if you really put it all together, as bad as it hurts your feelings, as bad as it just really insults your intelligence or whatever, we are, period, point, fucking blank, a chemical reaction, and nothing that we come up with or nothing matters. It's look, humans have existed something like what, like 200 something million or 1,000 years. It's something like that. Okay, now, to my understanding, we are a couple 100,000 years past our extinction date. So, if you go into history and time and it is obvious that humans have advanced their life. You know what I mean? Like, we've created a situation that's more hospitable and that kind of thing. Now, the third, look, it is very much like this. We go through our lives and we get aggressive, we get mean, we get mad. This particular stone, this black, the leftover of, makes me angry. I mean, to a point that is ridiculous. Because if I reach out and pick this up and I make it a part of myself, the shit jokes and all that just keep coming. Cool. But eventually, if it holds, power in some way, like a ritual type power, like, but yet you keep just, you hold on to it and you just keep coming at these motherfuckers, man. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you just fight and fight and fight. And one day, they offer you a script. And here you are. It's your big break. And you nail it. Now you're, such and such, the big dick. Whatever. You've forgotten about the box. Or its power and responsibility. You've forgotten. Like, it's not a thing. But you keep living. You know what I mean? Like, you even get to the age that you are an icon. You know what I mean? Like, people look at you and they're like, and you die. Now, you and this individual that you never met who is violently, trying to uncover your secret, and the one who knows, knows. Reality of this situation is, if you don't know, they have power over you now, and all of you, like those who claim to know, those who know, and those are, the only one who is in power is the one who truly knows. And they're gonna punish you forever. I mean, there'll be no, even if you get it right, they're just gonna punish you over and over. Pride, gluttony, all that shit. Like, it's, you think you're in the right now. I mean, that's in your head, but on the moral and the, you ain't shit. You're gonna die, man. It ain't die. It's not a death like, physically. It's spiritual death. And while this thing breathes for you, in all these different directions, judging you, you yourself will just, die. Like, your heart will get weaker, and your lungs will, and you will eventually, like it or not, die. You'll see the afterworld. What's next? You'll identify with some things, and some things you won't. But you will come across this game where it's, arm in arm. And you will be giving a chance returning to Earth as the exact same, with all the same ideas, whatever. Or, you're dead, so there's nothing you can do. Or you can, make a bet to where, because you're going to get reincarnated, so you can half-ass decide who you're going to be. You know what I mean? Like, you could be Donald Rumsfeld, you could be Bush, it don't matter, man. You're the most important person in heaven at this moment. Now, you've already passed through the gates, you've already sent one person, What do? Do you just back up and allow it? Or, you think about it, like, is it so violent? So, but then you watch, videos of dropping telephone poles from space. and they're not weaponized at all. They're just, poles. And they create a blast, like 22 nuclear bomb kind of shit. Okay? I'll behave. I mean, all you had to do was tell me once, man. I mean, I don't need none of that. Actually, no, I ain't falling for that banana and tailpipe shit. Look, it is crazy to me that the world has gotten to the point that we have to find benign objects to weaponize. When you do the math, I get it, because you get this pole, basically, coming. I mean, the fact that it doesn't just disintegrate as it's coming down is meaning they're adding an additive or something to it anyway, but like, here it comes, it's like, you ever, I don't know, shot an arrow in the air, like as a kid, like, you shot an arrow, and then you run, because who knows where the fuck that arrow's gonna land, and when it does, it ain't, idiot shit. That's dumb people shit. I did it. Anyway, like, we got involved in those situations, and, we'd shoot these, man. One day, I don't know if you call it evolution or psychological evolution, whatever. We got into an experience that affected us not like, twirling shit or whatever, like violently, like life or death. I mean, it wasn't funny anymore. Like, there was no joke, there was no, like, it was hateful, it was violent, and our entire intention was retaliation. And back then, in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, I don't think a lot of you guys can really relate, but like in the gang bang kind of, man, it was a very serious situation, and we went into it very seriously, and lethality on our minds. Like, we wasn't even a second thought. Like, we came in, and we're 13, we're 12, 13, 14 years old. We come into the room with one idea on our minds. Murder. I mean, call it what you want. We glorify it and class it up, whatever. Our intention when we came into certain environments was absolute harm, like in the most volatile way we could kill you. That was it, murder you. There's no up for debate. There's no, murder, death. If you fucked with us to the point that we came around to your home, kicked your fucking door in, and made you a point of focus in any way, believe that death was not off the table. Why would we consider any other? I remember this individual, and some of you may be able to put this together and figure out who it is, but I got a friend, he lived in Arizona or some shit, New Mexico or something. Dude was like, man, he was posh, you know what I mean? Our whole show, I mean, he was gangster as fuck, but he was posh, you know the type. One day, I was in a stolen truck, okay? Like, I had just the night before relieved some individuals of their property, and anyway, like, we met on this corner in Fort Smith, Arkansas, where there's a Taco Bell and a McDonald's. And anyway, we start talking, and he informs us that there's this motherfucker who owes him, I mean, gang of money, right? Now, we get a percentage of this shit, right? Like, because we're like a reclaiming kind of service, you know what I'm saying? So we pull into the apartment. We went up to dude's apartment, knocked on his door very politely. Basically, we got a fuck you, go away kind of eating nuts, all that bullshit. And so we kicked the fucking door in, and, you know, we apprehend said individual, and we bring him down, you know, physically by his arms to this friend who, you know, and, you know, things got worked out, whatever. We caught our money and all that. But what I mean by this is, this individual was financially powerful. It wasn't that we respected him to the point that we just go violate and possibly ruin our fucking freedom for him. It was money, okay? Now that individual, he went to Arizona or New Mexico something and got into it with some 23-year-old individual, whatever, and was caught driving down the highway with this boy's head in his back windshield, bags, a couple bags, with hands that he, you know, took from the body, and a torso, I think. Anyway, it was some kind of, that guy hired my brother and I the day that I just stole a... I don't tell you this story to seem like I'm fucking cool, because I'm not. I regret every instant, and I mean, like, every verb, every noun, everything. But it's reality. I mean, I can blow smoke up your ass and tell you the world is just this beautiful, wonderful. Everyone can be sober and life is one. Stop it. That's not truth. What this world revolves around: envy, hate, violence, and revenge. I mean, these things are primarily, and I mean predominantly, to the point they're almost elements. Nobody likes anybody. Everyone's intimidated by someone who can do something just a teeny bit better than you can. It doesn't matter, man. Like, and hate. How do I describe hate? Like, hate. Like, often it's misused, but sometimes hate is, I mean, like, it's as strong as love. It's just that in a different direction. And love makes you a fool. You know, like you'll be a fucking idiot. You'll do whatever it takes. You'll be a goof for love. Hate, you gotta be serious. You've got to be on your P's and Q's. You do not accept any of that lazy, ideological, candy cane bullshit. Like, hate. You are the master of your entire existence when you learn, you know, to appropriately hate. I don't mean hate to where you like cock a fucking gun and kill a bunch of people, but I mean like appropriately hate. You don't trust anyone, you don't, man, hate. It's crazy, but I'm telling you, it's fact. Yeah.